Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is Societal Narcissism. This video is sponsored by contribution from Anonymous. Before I get to Anonymous video, please go to the description box, click on the Rumble link. I ask everybody to watch over there as I'm still monetized, and it'll help out with the channel. Well, it appears we are on a Mad Men kick. We have a different Anonymous sending in a different clip from Mad Men, the tragic life of Betty Draper. I assume this must be Don Draper's wife. So, here we go.
Beautiful, glamorous Betty Draper. It's hard not to look at this enigmatic woman. She's the embodiment of the perfect 50s housewife, a woman any man would be happy to come home to.
I could say no, couldn't I?
That would be a terrible disappointment.
You are so beautiful.
Thank you.
And yet, Betty is anything but happy. Her man doesn't want to come home to her, and her light slowly but surely fades, turning into cold bitterness.
Of course it does. Another tragic victim of the male patriarchy.
Once a muse and model with a bright future ahead of her, her tragic ending provokes conversations of what could have been. It's often forgotten that when we first meet Betty on Mad Men, she is forgiving and sweet. Don comes home late if he comes home at all, but Betty waits for him with dinner and a smile. She welcomes him to bed with open arms and comforts him to sleep. One of the first things we learn about Betty is that her mother has only recently passed away.
I don't know if I told you, but my mother died 3 months ago.
Because of his past, Don is avoidant when it comes to grief. He refuses to have any feelings of grief or melancholy and stays far away from any such complicated emotions.
Because emotions complicate his professional life, I'm sure. And again, here is a message, live like a woman, live through emotions instead of logic and reason. And if you don't, you're part of the patriarchy. You're just trying to hold down women and trying to hold back your wife.
All he's ever done is run away and forget, to then move on. As his wife, Betty finds herself unable to share her deeper thoughts and feelings.
Bets. Don't. No melancholy.
Her feelings of grief are pushed aside and her emotions are written off as being dramatic.
Betty, I can't talk to you when you're like this. You're making a mountain out of a molehill.
She deals with the death of her mother by herself.
So he's the jerk. Because she's acting emotionally and, making a mountain out of a molehill. I'm going to slow this down because it's probably a little hard to hear at this speed.
In her own mind, where before she could forgive and forget Don's behavior, her suppressed anxiety and loneliness have now reached their limit. Her hands begin to go numb, and she struggles to cope with day-to-day life.
Why? I mean, what is it so bad about her life that she can't cope, that she can't be a model? What would that life have been like, knowing what you know about the entertainment? She would have been happier being exploited as a model than being a wife and a mother, living in a nice house and having every luxury at her fingertips. Because her husband won't live his life emotionally like she will.
When taking a deeper look, it's no wonder that the death of her mother is what pushes her over the edge. Everything that makes Betty, Betty, is what her mother raised her to be. All of her life she held on to her mother and her toxic guidance. And now, she's gone. Betty's mother was a woman she
Toxic guidance? Well, I mean, that's how they want to portray it, as toxic guidance, huh? So without her mother, she's now unhappy. But she was a model while the mother was alive. So how does that line up? That doesn't even make sense. She was a model and gave up modeling to be a wife while her mother was still alive. So her mother was this toxic influence on this trad wife lifestyle. Why was she a model in the first place? There's a big hole in the plot, no?
Absolutely idolized. A woman who raised her to believe that her only purpose in life is to be beautiful.
My mother always said, "You're painting a masterpiece. Make sure to hide the brush strokes." She was really beautiful.
She's what we today would call an
Or maybe she means like, don't act emotionally. Don't let your emotions rule your life by what brush strokes actually mean. But because women, I say, put all their value into their looks, i.e. their vajay, all their value is put into who wants to sleep with them. Boy, talk about missing the point.
Mom.
I'm not saying the narrator's missing the point. I'm saying missing the point in the show.
Mother who has an obsession with healthy food, her body image, and most specifically, that of her daughters.
Healthy food, body image, and the daughters. You mean all the things to live a healthy life and be a good mother and wife? Oh, how horrible. Ooh, terrible.
Mad Men tells us that Betty wasn't always the picture of perfection that we see on screen today. As a child, she was on the heavier side, and she enjoyed food.
Well, I was pudgy as a girl, if you can believe it.
Mommy doesn't let us have ice cream before dinner.
She afraid you're gonna be fat like she was? Your Grandma Ruth used to drive her to town to run errands and make her walk herself home. That put a stop to it.
Her mother taught her that the ultimate goal in life for a woman is to find a man and have children.
She wanted me to be beautiful so I could find a man.
So then why was she in modeling? I mean, modeling is a lot of work. Yeah, it's a beauty industry, but what was the point of the modeling then?
There's nothing wrong with that.
And it has shaped her into this very insecure woman who doesn't feel she's of any worth to anyone if not for her beauty.
I'm pretty sure.
That's not I don't find that insecure. I find it jealous. I find her as somebody who wants to be fawned over because of her looks, and she's not necessarily getting all the attention she would be getting as a famous model. Nonsense.
Sure. Dr. Wayne tried to look down my neckline the other day. He sits behind me. And as far as I'm concerned, as long as men look at me that way, I'm earning my keep.
Her insecurity is so
Oh, BS, earning my keep. It's what she actually wants. It's what her husband isn't giving her because he doesn't come home. He's always working. Obviously, he's running around on the side, to make him look more evil. Don't buy this narrative. Don't buy this narrative. This is just wanting to ride the cock carousel in the 50s. That's all. That's all this is.
Apparent that Dawn's secretary, Peggy, who's younger than she is, catches onto it and uses it to turn an uncomfortable conversation into one that puts a smile on her face.
You probably know more about him than I do.
You look so beautiful in that light. You should take the picture right there.
Well, I did want to look good.
And it works like a charm.
Although I liked your girl Peggy. She's fresh.
It's the early 1960s, and Betty doesn't have the tools that we have today to understand her thoughts and feelings. Betty doesn't want to acknowledge it, but it's her mother, the woman she loved so much, that has kept her from living up to her potential, leaving her stuck.
What potential? What potential? The potential to do what? Other than her looks, what is her potential based on? What potential are you talking about?
In an emotionally abusive and controlling marriage, when she could have been thriving as an independent model. There's only a few times in Mad Men when Betty's...
So still based on her looks. So her whole lack of success, or her being barred from the mod, is just based on her looks anyway. That's her fucking potential.
demeanor lights up, and we see the lively woman that attracted Dawn to her in the first place. When Betty proudly shows off the outfit she wore during her time as a model.
Mamma mia.
Great example for a mother. That's right. Put on a short mini skirt, prance around for the attention of other men. Can't understand why her husband, what husband wouldn't want that?
And put my hair up like this.
When she gets a chance to model again after being given the idea and opportunity by an agency only interested in signing her husband, and during her and Dawn's trip to Rome, where just for a little while she's able to drop her life and insecurities as a housewife and feels free to be bold and confident. It makes you wonder whether a cosmopolitan, financially independent life would have been the perfect match for her.
She wouldn't have been happy with that either. Because everything is based on her looks. It's vapid and empty. You ever seen a happy fashion model either? No. No.
instead of a man. Betty was pushed into a life that gives her no satisfaction and leaves her bored, making it all the more tragic when she's used in a sinister game to win her husband over, and after being given a peek into the life she really wanted.
Because models are a dime a dozen. For every model, there's 10,000 women who would kill to have her spot. They're interchangeable. What her husband does, one of the top ad executives in the world, has real value. But they're trying to tell you that the real value is just in her looks. Get out of here.
Is rejected without ever truly knowing why. It makes this scene the catalyst of what's to come.
Isn't that the life of every model? They're rejected because they don't know the reason why. Or the reason why you get rejected in modeling. You're not hot enough. You're not pretty enough. You're too short. Your legs are too fat. There's a million different reasons why you get rejected as a model, and they're all vapid and empty reasons because they're all based on looks. Her husband is wanted for his talent. Whew.
Metaphorically, Betty shoots down her childhood hopes and dreams and turns into an icy woman, bitter about the life that she was given.
Which she was going to become anyway. What happens to Benny Draper when she hits 30, 35, 40, and she ages out? Then what? You think she's going to be happy then? You don't think she's going to be a bitter woman about the life she had then? Who are we kidding here? What a joke.
Of course, it's not impossible for Betty to escape her situation. However, we forget that Betty lives in a time without social media. She's cut off from the world, cut off from women who know better.
No, she's not. Listen, women then, they were more social. You were forced to go out and see people and meet people. You didn't have social media, which just gives you this instant gratification of throwing your picture out for anybody who wants to see it. That is complete nonsense.
She's surrounded by people who tell her she got everything she wanted. And when she tries to understand why she's feeling unhappy, she finds out that all of the deep thoughts and secrets she entrusted with her therapist were shared to her husband behind her back. She feels completely alone in the world, having no one to turn to but a child.
I can't talk to anyone. It's so horrible.
Oh, it's so horrible. I can't be a half-naked model that everybody's lusting over. I got to be your mother and live in this giant house with every amenity afforded to me at my fingertips. Oh my God. Jesus.
I'm so sad.
Who puts that on a child? Let alone I'm assuming that's her own child. Why else would he be there? Who puts that on a child? And you're supposed to feel bad for this woman? Really?
Time again, she's made a fool. Like when Dawn just...
The only one making a fool is herself. She's making a fool of herself. And yet somehow it's her husband's fault. Because he's trying to keep her comfortable in this lifestyle.
disappears with Sally's birthday cake, leaving Betty completely alone with their guests. Or when Don used Betty as an experiment to convince Heineken to appeal to housewives.
Was that a maid? Was that a maid? She has a maid, and we're supposed to feel bad for her life? Is this serious? Is this a serious video?
The only reason Don even married her was to obtain the image of the perfect American dream.
Oh my God. Oh my God. A man wants a perfect American dream. He wants a beautiful wife and have his kids and raise his family. Oh, the horror. The horror.
He has countless affairs with other women and tries to gaslight her into thinking she's crazy or dramatic when she has every right to be upset. When Jimmy Barrett tells Betty
does she really have every right to be upset? I'm not excusing the adultery. But she's a joy to come. She's got to be a joy to come home to. As this guy's working a high pressure job, constantly on a deadline, demanding clients. Ugh.
Don has been having a secret affair with his wife. Don still lies to her when she confronts him.
I know about you and that woman.
What?
Damn it, Don, I know you're having an affair.
Betty, that's ridiculous.
It takes a break in their marriage for Don to finally tell her that she was right and that he's sorry.
Well, now I know I'm not crazy.
When Betty unexpectedly becomes pregnant with Don, she decides to stay in the marriage. More for the sake of their children.
So, wait a minute. She's not sure if she wants to stay in the marriage, yet she had sex with him and got pregnant? And then decides, I'm going to say, so now she's trapped again? Do you see how these women take no responsibility for any of the choices in their life? None of them.
Than her own well-being. But Betty is no longer fooled by Don's excuses.
They offered you a contract and you didn't say a damn thing to me. I had to hear about it from him. And why the hell won't you sign it?
Let me explain something to you about
None of
business.
your business.
Since, as usual, you're turning this into something about yourself.
Yep.
No contract means I have all the power.
Yep.
They want me, but they can't have me.
Who are you to have to be, who is she to have to explain how his business works? Now she thinks she knows how to run an ad agency.
You're right. Why would I think that has anything to do with me?
She becomes increasingly more cynical. Her temper is the worst it's ever been.
Right, and she wouldn't have been this person as a model. She wouldn't have been this abusive and toxic as a model, because that industry is such a bastion of good clean living, right? It's such a bastion of morality.
And she turns more and more into a copy of her mother.
Oh, there you
teaching
go.
her children the same toxic value system that she grew up with.
She was going to teach her children this regardless, because it's what she wanted. She could have went the opposite direction of what if the mother really was the motivation behind this, and now she was free after the mother was gone. She could have abandoned all of this, but she didn't.
She slowly falls out of love with Don completely, growing feelings for another man that values her happiness.
I saw how happy you were in there.
I was.
Him, he values her happiness, or he just sees her as a dime that would typically be out of her reach, be out of his reach. Oh my God.
I am.
And I thought, dear God, did I have anything to do with that? Because that would make me happy.
Oh, she will have zero respect for this guy. She'd leave Don for him if that's how it. But if she does and leaves him for him, she will be bored with this dude within a year and looking for her next side piece.
It all comes to a boiling point when Betty finds Don's secret box of photos. She's shocked by the extent of his lying, finally coming into perspective that she can't trust the man she married.
You lied to me every day.
Because probably she couldn't handle the truth, which she seems like she can't. I mean, those look like older pictures too that she's going through.
I can't trust you. I don't know who you are.
With Henry by her side, she's able to secure a safe exit from her marriage to Don. But with her divorce settled, she refuses to move on and change.
Yep.
She gets married to Henry and once again becomes a dissatisfied housewife.
Told you. I told you. It's all about, for her, dick and attention. And that's what modeling gave her. Dick and attention, because she's empty and she's vapid and she's narcissistic and she's entitled. There is no man or situation that would make her happy, not even modeling, because she would age out of that and she'd be just as angry and just as bitter.
Living an isolated life. Yes, Henry values her happiness and is an honest man, but he's just as old-fashioned as Dawn and doesn't consider Betty his equal.
He's not Chad. He's not Chad.
Drink? Or what are you, a wino? You need a drink?
Yup.
That is not something you're allowed to say.
Oh, now you decide what I can and can't say? I was in a marriage like that before.
During her marriage with Henry, her continued unhappiness grows into an unhealthy eating habit that she has been suppressing since her childhood.
Which was gonna happen anyway when she aged out of modeling. This was going to happen regardless.
Tucked away in a mansion, out of sight, with little to do. She
Oh
turns
no, another mansion. Oh God, not another mansion. This poor woman.
food as a source of happiness and gains a considerate amount of weight. A vicious cycle ensues as she battles with her sense of self-worth. Even though her husband is supportive, Betty refuses to be seen by him. After a long struggle, she's eventually confronted with Henry's changing career, forcing her back into the spotlight by his side.
I can't wait for people to meet you. You know? Really meet you.
She even changed her hair back to black? Okay.
It's her obsession with how she's perceived to the outside world that gives her enough fuel and determination to lose the weight. Betty wants
her own narcissism. Worried about how she's going to be viewed. Sad.
said that she'd prefer to die young rather than lose her youth and beauty.
I think one of the great beauties, and there she is, so old. I just like to disappear at that point. It makes
If I can't have my looks, I don't even want to live. Borderline personality disorder, and we're supposed to feel bad for her?
makes perfect sense.
So when she finally finds the strength to take serious steps forward in her life, it's ironic that she discovers she has terminal cancer and will in fact die very young. That it's all too late.
Oh, and it was all robbed from her. It's what she wanted. I thought that's what she wanted. I mean, you don't wish cancer on somebody, and it's a horrible way to die, obviously, especially in the late 50s, early 60s. But again, like, she's unbelievable.
Betty's story is that of many women. Many women then and now can relate to her struggle.
Oh, she's a victim. She's a hero for all these women. Great guys. Can't figure out why men are walking away. Can't figure out why guys are not even approaching women anymore. Why they don't want to get married and get involved with this disaster.
Powerless to escape a manipulative and emotionally abusive relationship.
He's the manipulator, not her. Not her. He's the manipulator. The men are all the manipulators, not her.
Did you do this to me?
Me.
I didn't do anything.
You did it to yourself.
Growing up being told that happiness can only be found in marriage and motherhood. Unable to ignore beauty standards with anti-aging and diet ads feeding on our growing insecurities. Betty's story is a warning, teaching us the importance of letting go of our unhappiness, to change and live our lives to the fullest, before it's too late.
Absolute dreck. Absolute borderline personality disorder dreck. Oh my God, I'm supposed to feel bad for this woman? Are you serious? This is the delusion of grandeur, though, that women are walking around with to this day in 2025. This girl who made this video is serious. Is serious. Oh, February 30th, National Women's Accountability Day, everybody. Enjoy it. Ugh. profile in personality, in borderline personality disorder. Toxic narcissist. Thank you, Anonymous, for the contribution and the clip. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, something you want to expose, you'd like to set up a Skype phone call, have a private video made, you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help who can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with either the Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, and email links in the description box below. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. Also, be sure to subscribe to both my channels on Rumble. If you haven't watched a video over there, please do. Even a click helps. Follow me on X and Telegram as well. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been Societal Narcissism. Take care, everyone.